It is a horror story of our modern age, where evil resides not in an abandoned castle, but inside a video game cartridge, and the ghost doesn't just want to scare you. He wants to drag you down. It all began with a young man named Alex and his search for nostalgia. He was a collector of old games, and he found a bizarre listing on a sales website, a cartridge for a famous adventure game, but in terrible condition. The photo showed the label torn off. Only the word Ben was scribbled on it in black pen. The seller was an elderly man, apparently confused. He only said, "Don't touch it. At least, ... don't play it." But Alex, of course, paid no mind to the warning. He bought the cartridge for a few coins and took it home, eager to see what was wrong with it. As soon as he inserted the tape into the console, the screen flickered. The start menu was there, but the save option wasn't a name. It was the name Ben, the same scribble from the tape. Alex, out of morbid curiosity, chose to continue the game. The game world was strangely empty. No NPCs, no music, only silence. And the hero statue, which used to be a respawn point, but she was always there, following you. Not moving, but always turned toward Alex, no matter where he went. The experience was unsettling, as if the game was trying to adapt to something that shouldn't exist. Then, the messages began. In the middle of an open field, text appeared on the screen. You shouldn't have done that. The classic game music started playing, but in reverse. Distorted, a cacophony of pain and agony. Alex tried to turn off the console, but it wouldn't respond. It was as if the machine was possessed by a will of its own. He was forced to enter an area of the game that was flooded. The water was red. The distorted music sped up, turning into an electronic scream, and the game's protagonist started drowning. Despite being on the surface, the game ignored the rules. As the character struggled, the screen showed the statue's terrifying face, and a new message: "You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you?" Alex finally managed to rip the tape out. His heart was racing. He felt he had touched something foul. The next day, he decided to research the name Ben and the famous adventure game. He discovered the legend was about a boy who, ironically, had drowned, and that his father, in his grief, had tried to bury the game cartridge with him, an attempt to keep him close to his favorite pastime. But the object did not want to stay in the earth. It wanted revenge. Alex tried to start a new game. The Ben save was still there, but now there was a new one, named Alex. He entered the new file, hoping for a fresh start, but the screen flickered and the game forced him back to the flooded city where everything was upside down. The statue was no longer watching him. It was on the ground. And the protagonist was ... faceless. That's when the voice came, not from the game, but from the TV's speaker. A cold whisper? Are you scared? Alex tried to ignore it, attributing it to a console error, but the game began to communicate directly with him. The messages on the screen weren't about the protagonist. They were about Alex, about his fears and secrets. "You'll leave me alone. Help me." The text morphed into a static image. BEN's distorted face. And then, the last straw, the game began creating text files on his computer, files filled with random letters, which, when deciphered, formed phrases about water and drowning. Alex realized the spirit was no longer trapped. It was manifesting through the game, entering his life. Alex's monitor started displaying disturbing images, photos of Alex's house, taken from impossible angles, photos of Alex sleeping. The spirit was watching him. The curse wasn't about the game, it was about the host, and Alex was the new one. He tried to destroy the cartridge, hammering, burning, smashing, but the tape was intact, untouchable, as if it were made of a matter that did not belong to this world. In his despair, he sought out the old man who sold it to him. The house was empty, just a piece of paper on the door, with the words, "I'm free, he's yours now." The last time Alex posted was on a forum. He uploaded a video showing his console powered on. The screen was black, but the sound of the game could be heard. It was the distorted music, now louder than ever. And at the end of the video, just one sound, the sound of a body hitting the water. Alex's profile was never updated again. Legend says the Ben drowned cartridge never truly disappears. It just waits for the next collector. the next victim, because the tragedy of a drowned boy was transformed into an endless loop of digital terror. And the question remains, would you check what's written on the cartridge?